So Clinton, this is a throwback. But we all saw what Durham has put out for us to look at. And yeah, it's quite damning evidence. Even the FBI had to respond to that. They've made changes since the election so that it didn't happen again. I'm going to hold my breath. I'm hoping somebody picks me up when I pass out. But here, Clinton is talking. This is prior to all this coming out. And her body language about it really should help you learn, in essence, the manipulation and lying tactics of these people.
And what also didn't come out, which I think is an even bigger problem, as I write in the book, is that the American people didn't even know that the FBI...
So she goes into, as this comes out, blah, 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 blah. The hands are coming together, exaggeration. The movements is very exact, and they don't match syllables. If I'm giving you emphasis on something, or it's flowing with the words out of my mouth, it's natural in a truth-telling person that they follow the syllables in the words. It's kind of like if the syllable is higher in octave, the body goes up. When the syllable is lower, the body goes down. It's just a natural flow of things. Up, down, and the body goes down. Syllable. Literally say that word and you'll notice where your body goes up, down, and middle. It's a natural flow. So keep that in mind as you watch these people. Normally, I just call this kind of thing portrayal because it doesn't match normal body language. It's them trying to act out their narrative or their story, whatever you want to call it. It is an act. It does not necessarily mean deception, but it's very obvious their body is trying to portray something that is not.
Was investigating the Trump campaign because of connections with Russia starting in the summer of 2016.
Right.
So you can kind of see as she goes through this where truth comes. And we'll do it with the downbeat. This will be great. You'll love this. We'll do upbeat and downbeat. Try and find each particular spot.
Didn't even know that the...
So no, they didn't even know. It's a downbeat. The body goes down.
FBI was investigating the Trump campaign.
And so investigating, the gating part is down. The up part, the investigating, is up. And it keeps going up and down with each word, higher, lower, higher, lower.
Because of connections with Russia.
And it kind of gets lost. So you see the word Russia. There's no up or down movement. It's a very little, if anything, given to motion. It's very small. We're seeing the beginning of portrayal because the up and down movement doesn't match that word.
Starting in the summer of 2016.
Right.
So I know that...
So you see the starting, and that arm movement matches that word as it moves. Starting, because it just kind of rolls, but it rolls up to down. And then you can start to see which words are true.
Know that the FBI was investigating the Trump campaign because of connections with Russia starting in the summer of 2016.
Right.
Starting, and then the summer, it's smaller, but it's still emphasized.
So I know that voters should have had that information. That's something that may have influenced some people. With Russia starting in the summer of 2016.
And then you see the summer with the head bob. So that part is all true. That's when it started. So you go, okay, so I've got this truth.
Right.
So I know that voters should have had that information. Now
you don't see anything with voters. You do see it with information. And this is where the mind body disagree. And this is why we say it's more portrayal, because it's a mix. Voters doesn't match. Information matches. So it's like, oh, okay. And as a body language person, you watch that and you go, there's something in that. I don't really know what it is, especially if you don't see the whole thing. You just know that they're in portrayal because the emphasis isn't matching. It matches on some words. It doesn't match on other words. There's something in that. You don't know what it is.
Something that may have influenced some people.
And then you got something that may have influenced some people. And instead of the emphasis on certain words in here too, she curdles into that ball to hide. The arms come in, the body comes down. Again, it's not matching. Body does not sync. It's not portraying anymore. Now it's just going into hiding. And it was like, well, there's some deception there. So that part you know is deception, which is where if you're the body language person trying to read this, it's a mess because it's a narrative mixed with truth. And all you can do is pick out the truth. There's an investigation. It started in summer 2016. Voters doesn't look true, but there is influence. And logically thinking, because body language has to put things together, it's like, well, who else would you influence? We have to be voters. It doesn't make any sense. But it's portrayal. And then we go into the deception part that's obvious. And it's like, this don't make any sense. There's something in this. If you dig, you're going to find something juicy. And lo and behold, Durham dug. He found something really juicy.
And it's part of what happens in a campaign where you get information that may or may not be useful, and you try to make sure anything you put out into the public arena is accurate. And so this thing didn't come out. And
it's just portrayal. And she's not giving that great eye contact. She's looking down a lot, so the up and down movement with the syllables isn't really there. Yes, this is what it is to read body language. It's extremely fast in some areas and really slow in others, because you have to wait for someone to relax. I'm glad I'm not her friend. All her friends commit suicide, though. Anyways, I digress. See you later.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for Gold subscribers.